Good morning. Good morning. My name is Katie Bartholomew. My pronouns are she, her. I have the joy of serving on your board of trustees. It is my pleasure to welcome you here this morning. If you're here for the first time, thank you for joining us. We look forward to getting to know you. We invite you to fill out one of the visitors forms that are in the pews. Everyone present in the sanctuary today is welcome to join our in-person community time immediately following the service. Each week, we remind ourselves of our congregation's core values: connection, transformation, justice, and acceptance. Our mission is to embody these core values in the daily lives by welcoming all, inspiring compassion, nurturing wonder, and serving community. Laura Reeb and then Emily Gage have announcements.
Good morning. My name is Laura Reeb, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm a member of the congregation's auction team, and I'm here to let you know the auction is going on now. It began last Sunday and ends next Sunday, March 15th at 6 p.m. We are in the heart of the auction. You can go into the website or app, it's called Bid Beacon, to see all the amazing items, dinners, events, services, food, vacation homes offered by our congregants, and buy a seat or bid on a one-of-a-kind offering. For example, I would not know that the March Basho starts today if it were not for Joshua Ridenauer's sumo experience event last year, which I highly recommend. I had no idea I liked sumo so much. He's offering it twice this year, so please go in and check out the seats for that. One other offering which I want to note that has to be redeemed today is there are 2 VIP seats for Bellissima Opera and Song's annual International Women's Day concert. It's happening tonight at 7 p.m. in Oak Park. So if you would like to celebrate Women's Day, support our congregation, and enjoy some beautiful singing, please see us at coffee hour today. Other notable items: the RE committee is hosting a family game night in September. The middle school RE teachers are offering a hide-and-seek pizza party on May 15th. And my husband, Eric, is offering his delicious soy rizzo breakfast casserole to the highest bidder. So check out the catalog. There's lots of other great things there. You can access it through Unity Temple's website or by the QR code on this flyer, which we will have some at coffee hour or as you leave today. And then just a reminder, if you'd like tickets to that Women's Day concert, please come see us today and get your purchases, bids in before the auction closes on Sunday, March 15th at 6 p.m. Thanks for your support, and go get them, 4th graders. Yay.
I'm Reverend Emily Gage. My pronouns are she and her. On Sunday, March 22nd from 1 to 3, Lynn Griffith and I are leading a workshop called Defending Trans Lives and Democracy, using Amara Jones's Where lecture, which is awesome. Amara Jones says, "There is no way to save democracy without standing up for trans rights. It's literally an impossibility." So RSVP is helpful, but you don't have to, and I hope to see you there. Thanks.
We are so glad that you're here with us today. I invite those of you who are here in person to take a moment to greet one another.
Thank you. Great job, Laura. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful. All right. And thank you, Katie. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to everybody. We're really delighted to have folks here today. Especially kudos to you on Daylight Savings Sunday morning who got here for the 9 o'clock. I heard a bunch of people yesterday at the Celebration of Life for Bert telling me some 9 o'clock people saying, "See you at 10:45." So you get stars. So Reverend Roger, I use he, him pronouns. Our Chalice lighter today is named Jack, 16 years old, and Jack likes to ride bikes and is related to one of the 4th graders we'll honor today. Let's join in the Chalice lighting words. We are Unitarian Universalists. We are the Church of the Open Mind. the loving hearts, the helping hands, we take care of the planet Earth and each other.
My name is Emily Mace. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the intern minister here at Unity Temple. I'm delighted to offer our opening words this morning. When I was about 10 years old, my parents decided they wanted to change churches. We had been attending an Episcopal church in the Bay Area of San Jose, California, and I didn't understand what was wrong with the church we were at. We want something more intimate, my mom told my brother and I. So for a little while, my parents took us to the Reformed church in the downtown area of our suburb. I didn't know what that might mean, a Reformed church, but I knew it was different from the one I was used to because I don't think I ever went into the main sanctuary. We kids were shuffled off to Bible study and stayed there the whole time, tasked with memorizing Bible verses. Memorizing was probably pretty boring, but it's really not what I remember most from this time. What I remember most is missing going into the main sanctuary to join the adults after the passing of the peas, kind of like our greeting each other just now. I didn't think it made sense that we kids didn't have any role or presence in what was obviously the main church service. Eventually, my parents must have realized that they messed up because we went back to our former church. I loved seeing the light pouring in the modern stained glass windows. I loved joining my parents in the pew and being part of the sacred drama. I liked listening to the organ postlude and shaking the rector's hand in the receiving line, which made me feel valued and important, even as a young person. I especially loved the sweet snacks at coffee hour and seeing the trusted adults who knew me there. Our youth choir director, who was also my piano teacher, the Sunday school coordinator who knew all the kids by name, and all the familiar people and faces. I see the happiness on the faces of kids here at Unity Temple, and it's my hope that people of all ages find a sacred space here where we are embraced as our full selves, welcomed as inherently worthy parts of this community, no matter how young or old we are. Whoever you are, wherever and whenever you are on your life's journey, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to rise in body or spirit and join in singing hymn number 118. The words are on the order, the screen up there, or in your hymnal if you prefer. We'll be singing This Little Light of Mine.
Of our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God.
Good morning. My name is Diana Coates, and I'm part of our spiritual care team. And it's the time in the service when we share our joys and sorrows. Love is the doctrine of this congregation, and sharing our joys and sorrows is one of the ways that we embody this love. You can email your joys and sorrows at spiritualcare at unitytemple.org. If you're carrying something on your heart and you would like a listening ear, please keep in mind that the spiritual team is available. We can either meet in person or on the phone, whatever feels most comfortable. Mostly, we want you to know you do not need to carry this alone. Here are the joys and sorrows this week. Larry Kamaya said, my wife, Lynn Hensel, had major surgery on Wednesday. The outpatient surgery went very well, and she's home recovering. Please send her loving kindness. Mahalo, Larry. Also, the passing of Pat Kanabi on March 7th. Pat was in Austin, Texas with her family, where she had been in hospice care. She died peacefully. Also, we have Charles Maynard, who's celebrating his 10th birthday this week. So happy birthday. I think you should celebrate all week, all month.
That's right.
So we know that some of you are holding joys and sorrows in silence, and we invite anybody who has a joy or a sorrow to come forward and drop a stone into any of the bowls of water around the 4 stations in the room. The water represents the love that is large enough to hold all the joys and sorrows. Let's begin.
I invite you to join in a time of meditation and prayer. This feels like a time when our hearts are full of beauty and the difficulty of life. Let's hold in our hearts all those in and beyond our congregation who are struggling with their own or loved ones' mental or physical illness, struggling with oppression or violence or poverty or hunger or fear or the other things that can cause so much harm. We especially hold all of the peoples and travelers and service people in the Middle East who have suddenly found themselves in a war with a very large and unpredictable combat zone, a war in which anyone, military or civilian, in a very large area are potentially targets. We pray for all of those in our country and around the world who are working to end the violence and to bring justice. This morning, we also hold in our hearts those who are feeling joy, and especially this morning, the 4th graders whose journeys we honor and their families. We give thanks for their parents, their teachers wherever they go to school, and the loving adults and peers in this congregation who are helping them chart their spiritual path. For all of these things, for all of the things unspoken but in our hearts, we pray. Amen.
It is a Unity Temple tradition since 1998 that we have been celebrating our fourth graders in a year when they deepen their understanding of Unitarian Universalism. I believe it is unique to us, or enough so that ours is the only congregation that I know of that honors this special point in our young people's development. I inherited this tradition when I arrived, and I have come to really appreciate the value of honoring this age group. They are silly and profound, open-hearted and thoughtful in a really wonderful and compelling way. As we celebrate our fourth graders, I invite them to come and stand in front so everybody can see you and you can see everyone else, and probably your families want to take a picture. And I'm going to say your names, so wave when I say your name. Charles, Arlo, Edward, Michael, Clark, and Luca. Emmett is on this list, and he is sick this morning, so we'll just think of him as participating remotely. The leaders that have been working with this class are Phoenix Payne and Eric Wise. Eric's going to give you a wave. Thank you to them. I had the gift of getting to spend the last 2 Sundays with these fourth graders, and as part of preparing for this service, I asked them to share their thoughts on a number of questions, and I'm going to share their thoughts with you. This is going to give you a glimpse, just a little glimpse of who they are. I invite you to think about your own answers to these questions as you listen. Fourth graders, as you listen, I want you to remember that if you hear some laughing, that is a sign of love. We asked the fourth graders what some of their favorite things to do were and why. Arlo said having fun. Charles said sleep because I am tired, especially applicable today. Clark said play Rivals, which is a Roblox game, because it is fun. Edward said play Dungeons and Dragons. Emmett likes trading cards. Luca likes to play Minecraft. Michael likes playing outside and playing video games because they are relaxing. We asked, what is your favorite holiday and why? Arlo said Halloween. Charles said my birthday because I see my friends. Clark said my birthday because I get presents. Edward said Christmas because he gets presents for Dungeons and Dragons. Emmett says his birthday. Luca said Halloween for the candy. And Michael said Christmas because I like my gifts. We asked the fourth graders, what's an important thing that you've learned at Unity Temple? And Arlo said how to make pancakes, but I forgot how to make them, frowny face. Charles said that hope can be achieved again. Clark said how to destroy a keyboard. Edward said to smash keyboards. Emmett put a question mark. Luca said that we fight for rights. And Michael wrote that he learned that a community is better than being alone. I just want to interject here that in the 2nd and 3rd grade class where the kids explore Unitarian Universalism through different fields like cooking and sports and technology, one lesson is called the Take-Apart Party, where old electronics are disassembled. It has evolved to become the famous smashing keyboards lesson. Yes, that's right. As I said, it started as a take-apart party, and now it is a smashing keyboards lesson. What is something that you would like to change in the world, we asked. Arlo said, make pillows more comfy. Charles said that death happens. Clark, flying. He would like to be able to fly. Samesies. Edward would like for it to be easier to change the world. Emmett would like to change money. Luca would like to change poverty. Michael would like for there to be no more war. We asked, what is something that you believe in? Arlo said that I can fly. Charles, that I will see Chunks, my cat, that passed away again. Clark said he believes in Roblox. Edward believes in Dungeons and Dragons. Emmett believes in life. Luca believes in hope. Michael believes in Jesus Christ. Who is someone that you admire or inspired by? Arlo said Albert Einstein because he was so smart. Charles said Cave Town, who is a trans singer. Clark said Roblox is a fun game. Edward is inspired by himself. Emmett wrote my mom. She is amazing. Luca is inspired by people who fight for everything, like Barack Obama. Michael named all of the teachers at church because of how flexible they are. What do you like about being a Unitarian Universalist? Arlo, eating cookies. Charles, snacks. Clark doesn't know. Edward, smashing keyboards. Emmett says it's fun. Luca likes that we help others. And Michael likes how nice it feels to be in a community. And finally, we asked, what is something that is important for people to know about you? Arlo likes the color pink. Charles is a fly and animal whisperer. Clark doesn't know. Edward likes Dungeons and Dragons. Emmett wants you to know he's amazing. Luca loves animals, big or small. Michael wants you to know he tries to be as kind as much as possible. Arlo, Charles, Clark, Edward, Emmett, Luca, and Michael, we're so glad to know you. We're so grateful that you're part of our community. We've learned so much from you. You are loved. You are celebrated today and every day. There is a paper and insert in your order of service, and I hope that you will all find it at this time. Do you all have zip paper, fourth graders? Yep. The fourth graders are going to share the affirmation with you, which is, and then I invite you to join with them in the responsive rite of recognition. And after this, we're going to give them some gifts. At the first service, we're going to give you each a chalice charm, a fun little symbol of faith that you can attach to something if you wish. We're also going to give you a chalice book for you. It's a blank book for you to use as a journal or write or draw in any way you choose, just as your journey is all your own. At the second service, we're going to give you each a chalice rock. Jim Parks wrote your names on them with his special pen, and our Unity Temple Youth Group painted chalices on them. Okay, so here we go with the affirmation. Are you ready, fourth graders? 1, 2, 3, go.
May we find within ourselves the courage to be who we are. May we know when it is time to listen and when it is time to speak. May we trust ourselves to be the ones to find the words that need to be said or to do what needs to be done. May we trust one another and know there may be ways to go through life. May we know that we cannot change some of what life gives us. We can choose how we deal with what we are given.
Okay, and we have a responsive rite of recognition. We invite the congregation to be part of it. Ready, fourth graders? 1, 2, 3, go.
We come to be recognized.
We recognize you as our own. We celebrate your growth and maturity in faith and in knowledge of our religion.
We ask you to keep caring about us as we grow.
We care about you and we love you and we promise to keep you always in our circles.
Teach us and learn with us.
We will teach you if you will teach us, and together we will grow in learning and in spirit. Okay, I'm going to come down and give you these gifts.
You can find directions for giving today on the screen and in the order of service. Each week, Unity Temple splits its offering evenly. One half supports the program and mission of the congregation. The other half this week supports Side with Love. And this is the organizing strategy team of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Organizing and strategy and also a coherent focus have not always been present in the UUA justice programming. And Side with Love has brought all that to bear. So Side with Love harnesses the power of love to confront and transform systems of oppression to help build a world where all people can thrive. Through organizing, education, and mobilization, Side with Love helps equip Unitarian Universalists, including here at Unity Temple, and aligned communities to take spiritually grounded, justice-oriented action. Side with Love is a great resource in these times, especially for education and action opportunities. Check out their website, sidewithlove.org, and thank you for your generosity this morning.
It is humbling for me to realize that I cannot recall a single word said from the pulpit in all my growing up at First Unitarian Church of Pittsburgh. Not one. Of course, the kids weren't in there every week like ours are, and we didn't have many things that get said every week either, but still a little humbling. And I must say, it's a good reminder that it is not just whoever is speaking, but more like all of us that shape the experiences of the people that come through the door. The way we interact with each other and pay attention to one another shape what it feels like to be part of this religious community. We did not have a fourth grade chalice ceremony in the church where I grew up, but I can imagine what my answers to what is your favorite thing about being a Unitarian Universalist are. Number one, donuts. Also, running around the church building, hanging out with the kids, candles on Christmas Eve, making soap one time, watching movies while the grown-ups had boring meetings, flowers at the flower communion service, singing in the junior choir, getting books from the church library. Pretty good list, am I right? But here's a list of things that I also loved, but probably would never have said when I was in fourth grade. Maybe because I didn't have the words for them, or I didn't realize what they meant. Here they are. Feeling like I belonged to that community. Having a group of adults besides my parents who cared about me. Friends I got to hang out with every week. Getting to ask questions and having them taken seriously. And perhaps most of all, feeling accepted and appreciated for who I was, always. In other words, being held in love. I did not have the words for that, but I definitely felt it, always. And I even felt it in those times in my life when I did not feel super lovable on the inside, which is maybe the real test. None of us is always at our best. In fact, church community is where we bring things that are breaking our hearts. It's where we bring our wonderings, where we have groups for supporting and learning and sharing experiences to help us grow and figure things out. And we try and do all that with open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. All of us for each other. I wonder what your favorite things are about being a Unitarian Universalist or about being here at Unity Temple. If you have an answer or some answers, go ahead and shout them out if you want, or think them to yourself, or share them with a neighbor. You can tell me after the service too, if you want. I'm going to give you a minute. Thanks for sharing. I can think of one more thing that being a Unitarian Universalist taught me always, and that is this. It is our job to make the world a better place. Our fourth graders had all kinds of ideas about what they would like to change in the world. Poverty, no death, no war. One person wrote that they wanted to make it easier to change the world. Same here, Edward, same. Honestly, sometimes it seems like it's really hard to change things. And honestly, sometimes it seems like one person can't really do that much. And I have been thinking a lot about the Reverend Jesse Jackson these past couple days. He died recently, and on Friday they held his memorial service at a church in Chicago that holds 10,000 people. 10,000 people. And it was full. President Clinton was there, President Biden was there, President Obama was there, along with a lot of other amazing leaders. Can you imagine? They weren't there because Jesse Jackson had an important job or title or anything. They were there because Jesse Jackson had spent his whole life making the world a better place. When Jesse Jackson died, I remembered him being on Sesame Street. You can look this up if you haven't ever seen it. It's so great. It's Jesse Jackson sitting there with a bunch of kids in 1972, you know, the olden days. It's kind of a poem called I Am Somebody. It's like a call and response. Jesse Jackson says a line and the kids repeat, I am somebody, he says, and the kids say, I am somebody. I might be poor, but I am somebody. I might be young, but I am somebody. I might be small, but I am somebody. I might make a mistake, but I am somebody. It continues, I am black, brown, white. I may speak another language. I must be respected, protected, never rejected. I am somebody. This is the message that Jesse Jackson preached in words and his actions all of his life. He wanted all those kids to know that they were accepted and valued just as they are. He wanted them to know that they are held in love, and all that he did came from that. Even President Barack Obama talked about how Jesse Jackson helped him with that message. Obama said, the message he sent to a 22-year-old child of a single mother with a funny name, an outsider, was that maybe there wasn't any place or any room where we didn't belong. He paved the road for so many others to follow. In March at Unity Temple, our Justice Spotlight is on the Resist team. And when I was talking to Ann White, the leader of the team, she said, protesting is just protecting what you love. Our worship and small group theme this month is paying attention. Whatever you pay attention to in your life will grow. It doesn't matter how old you are, or how small you are, or what your skin color is, or what language you speak. You are somebody, and you can help to change the world. You can use your voice and your attention and your love to do just that. We all know there is plenty of opportunity to make change in the world these days. And so I wonder, what do you want to protect? Where are you going to use your energy and your passion and your love for good? What are you going to pay attention to? Take a minute to ask your heart this question. If you have an answer or some answers, go ahead and shout them out, or think them to yourself, or share them with a neighbor. You can tell me after the service too, if you want. Thanks for sharing. If you never remember a word that you hear from this pulpit, that is just fine. If you hear one word, I hope that it is love. But even better, and what I really hope for, would be the feeling of acceptance and belonging and love. Because each of us, every last one of us, is held in love. And we are called to help one another feel that and remember that and know that deep down in our bones. And we are also called to share that love with the world so we can help make it a better place. May we hold one another in love. May we hold the world in love. And may we know that we are each held in love. And so may it always be. Marty is going to lead us in singing, There Is a Love. The words are going to be up on the screen, and I invite you to rise in body or spirit.
We're going to sing this together, both verses. I think we got enough people here to do it in a round, don't you think? Let's try it.
Sure
We'll
thing.
sing both all the way through. Just follow me. We're going to sing the second verse words in the round. Here we go. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding me. I rest in this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding us. We rest in this love. Your verse. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding us. There is a love, this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love. Just repeat that. We rest in this love. Do it again. We rest in this love.
Our closing words are from John Morgan. In the end, it won't matter how much we have, but how generously we have given. It won't matter how much we know, but rather how well we live. And it won't matter how much we believe, but how deeply we love. Please join with me in the words of our chalice extinguishing. Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again.